Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Lakeburg Legacies. When we left off in the previous episode, we had 3 new babies born into our kingdom. The first one was a little girl called Mabel in the Corb family, born to Colette, our 57-year-old farmer, and her 35-year-old baker husband Emmerich. The second one was all the way down here in the Ashendale family. We had little Wolfgang born to Esmeralda. She's 31 years old and unemployed as of yet, and her 27-year-old hunter husband Eldrick. And finally we had little girl Calanth, born in the Winterborn family, to Manon, a 28-year-old lumberjack, and Christoph, a 31-year-old mason. So yeah, 3 new babies born into the kingdom, 2 girls and a boy, very, very important for us as we continue to grow. And I think we actually expanded the rodent nest. Like, now we have 2 slots in the rodent nest. Our health has gone down, people are getting cholera, we're having a little bit of a rough time. But okay guys, let us continue to see what everyone gets up to this time. Also, I realized that I did not upgrade the harvester's barn, like the working conditions. I always like to do this just a little bit. You know, I like investing maybe like a few gold coins into at least 1 or 2 upgrades, so that we have some benefit to the various places where hopefully people will begin to work if they have not already. Okay, I don't think anyone has aged up that we need to take care of right now. I don't think so. Esmeralda, yeah, she still doesn't have a job, but you know, she's got lofty aspirations. I can't help her out there. Other than that, everyone seems to be doing pretty okay. I think at this point, we're just gathering resources, trying to wait around for recruitment, I suppose. So let's see what happens in town. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm noticing some things. So apparently, guys, the 2 new babies, oh, this is so cute, but Wolfgang and Calanth have met each other, and it seems as though this is a friendly kind of meeting. They've made a good impression. These 2 babies were born like 1 day apart. And hopefully they're gonna become friends as they get older. That's actually really, really cute. Oh, that's actually really cute. That makes me happy. Okay, well, we are doing some bartering. Oh yes, take the wheat, give us the gold. We need the goldsies. We need the goldsies. Because look, we already have reached the storage limit for meat. Darn it, we don't have enough money. We don't have enough money to expand. Our hunters are gonna have to take a little bit of a break from all the meat because we don't have space. We don't have space. Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Colette and Emmerich just had a baby girl and they're divorcing. They just had a baby and they're divorcing? Oh my goodness. Emmerich. I thought you wanted stability, my boy. I don't know what's going on with him, guys. I thought he wanted stability. I thought he left Emelina to be stable with Colette, and they had a baby like so quick. I thought everything was perfect. Apparently, that is not the case. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Okay, and then we have an event, Gluttony, with Anne, our 52-year-old miner, Anne Frost, and Lysander, our 39-year-old miner. Is this a couple? I think this is a couple. I think they're married. Yeah. Okay, willing to impress Lysander, Anne would like to participate in something important, an event that would show her at her best and showcase her quality. Let's see. Okay, Lakeburg's biggest eater contest is the perfect opportunity to get noticed. Well, if you manage not to be sick, that is. We cannot participate, that's going to reduce Anne's morale, or we can participate, and something is going to happen. She's going to be influenced by Lysander and his like for food, perhaps? We're gonna participate. She came out with a purpose. We'll let her fulfill it. Okay. Win the contest, but not the rest. Anne sat beside the other gluttons of Lakeburg and proceeded to gorge on everything in sight. Anne ate some more, going far beyond her usual limit, eventually winning the contest. However, after standing up to celebrate, her stomach audibly protested, and suddenly the crowd received a face full of barely digested spew. That's disgusting. Unsurprisingly, Lysander found the scene a bit nauseous. But, oh no! Now Anne has gained the glutton trait. She's happy. She's joyful. Lysander, on the other hand, is disgusted. And that's not the impression Anne was trying to make on her young husband. Definitely not. But hey, that's the way the cookies crumbled. We'll take the cookie as it is, I suppose. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so that happened. Entertainment's doing okay. It seems as though people are kind of... They're bored. They might develop the bored trait. Yeah, Colette, Emmerich took me completely by surprise. I was not expecting that Emmerich. Like, his ex-wife, Emelina, seems to be doing okay with Rowan, but yeah, Emmerich is not too happy. But I guess, I don't know. Maybe he's not happy going from someone like Emelina to someone like Colette. That's mean, Rowan. Not Rowan, Emmerich. That's mean, Emmerich, though. That's mean. Okay, well, apparently Calanth does not get along well with her mother. Because she's offended. I don't know what her mother did, but she's offended. She's offended by her mother. Interesting. At least she gets along well with Wolfgang. You know, they're on their way to developing a friendship. So who knows? They might end up being childhood sweethearts. Like Calanth and Wolfgang might be childhood sweethearts. That would be kind of cute, no? That would be kind of cute. Well, Manon, I suppose, took her daughter out on a trip, you know, to do some fishing. Her daughter did not like it. Maybe getting splashed with the river water and slapped in the face by fish fins. She wasn't too happy. Understandable. Okay, let's keep going. See what else everyone... Oh, what is going on? Another divorce between Carla and Oliver? So Carla is our 31-year-old seamstress. Oliver is our 26-year-old rat trainer. Okay. I don't know what is going on with like our divorced couples. Okay, so they've gotten divorced, and then Olive and Theodora have just become friends. So Olive has aged up, guys. Olive Knapp. She looks really cool, to be honest. This is Drusilla and Everard's daughter. She has a really good relationship with both her parents. She is actually friends with her mentor, but she has really bad affinity with her mentor. I mean, somehow she made it work, but... This is kind of nice, though. That means every time the apprentices age up, they'll become friends with their mentors, which makes sense because their mentors taught them a lot of things, regardless of whether or not you get along personality-wise. So there is that. But yeah, she looks so cool, doesn't she? I actually love the way Olive looks. Ugh, this crafty lady. She looks so good. So okay, Olive. Hold on a second. Olive, you a thief? I don't think we even have like the facilities for a thief. But you want to be a mason too, if you can't be a thief. Like, I don't think we have the Thieves Guild, we don't have the Assassins Guild, none of that. But we can make you... Okay, we'll try and save up stone to make you a mason, okay? I can't help you just yet, but we'll try our best to save up a stone to make you a mason. For now, though, she's just gonna have to chill, because we unfortunately do not have the facilities for her. But let's see, she's boring, humble, and a bit rowdy. That is fine. She's friends with her mentor Theodora, who she doesn't get along too well with, but you know, it's fine. Okay, well, Olive, that was pretty decent, but we're gonna get you a house. We actually have an empty house that you can move into straight away. So there we go, Olive. And just quickly, okay, Everett and Drusilla, good. Because I was trying to make sure, like, she's not related in any way to Emmerich and Oliver. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do... Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. We have so many single people. I got confused for a second, guys. I got confused, in all honesty. But okay. Colette. I don't know if she's asked Oliver out on a date, but there is, like, a huge age gap between them. She's 58. He's 26, but I think Colette's gonna ask Oliver on a date. We'll see how that goes. Definitely not Emmerich, because she just, like, that's her ex-husband. But yeah, we'll try getting her to ask Oliver out on a date and see how that goes. Not Emmerich, Oliver. Okay. I mean, it might... both of them are not in a good state. They just got divorced. And in terms of their likes, like their preferences, it doesn't seem as though anything clashes or matches. I don't know. They might be like an average couple. Let's send them out and see how this goes, though. Okay, we're starting off at the lake in a boat ride. Let's see. We could say that a massive food display is disgusting, or we could really talk up muscles. We'll go and talk up the muscles. As a big man with big muscles, Oliver is proud of their ability to lift, hit, and break almost anything with their bare hands. Okay, and then we're gonna go enjoy the moonlight by the hill. We can get excited about great libraries, or we could be sarcastic about meditation. We'll be sarcastic. Oliver, a regular meditator, unsuccessfully tries to get Colette to change her mind. Okay, and then let's have a look. Oh, the date's going so well, they're discussing marriage. So Colette is now with her. Is this a third husband? I don't know. But at least Oliver's not going to be out on the streets, you know? So they're in a loveless marriage. These two are in a loveless marriage. Now, I have to say, I didn't think about this before, but I'm a little bit worried. Actually, yeah, this is her third husband. She hasn't outlived any husbands. They're all alive. Actually, no, I lie. She's outlived Eberolf. Wait, is this her fourth husband? Oh my goodness. Colette. This is her fourth husband, guys. This is her fourth flippin' husband. Her first husband, Eberolf, died. But anyways, I was going to say, I'm a little bit worried by the fact that Colette, she is so old and her daughter's so young. Because we talked about this, but in this society, everything is determined by your mother. Your sense of security is your mother. If something happens to Colette and she dies, Oliver is not going to be able to keep the house and the baby with himself. They're both going to be thrown out into the streets. And Mabel is going to be an orphan. She's going to have to wait around and hope that someone adopts her. So I'm a little bit worried that Colette had a baby so old in life. I mean, I'm glad that she passed on the bloodline, but you know, there's stuff to be concerned about. Okay, so that was one match made. And Kala, I don't think has any history with Emmerich. No, she does not have history with Emmerich. Okay, well, Kala is going to ask Emmerich out on a date. And they're close in age. They're both in their 30s, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's ask Emmerich. Let's see how it works out. Both of them are divorced and heartbroken, but you know, we'll see how this goes. Okay, we're starting off with a boat ride. We could say the abundance of fishermen makes swimming in the lake far less enjoyable, or talk about the good food. We're going to talk about good food. Emmerich does not differentiate between meat and fish. Insisting on the subject would be rather futile. Okay, and then we're at the inn. We can accuse fat stray cats for every problem happening in the village, or criticize the work of the realm's best painter. We'll criticize the painter. These paintings bring a lot of novelty to the pictorial landscape of this century. Of course, this art is not for narrow minds. Oh no, okay, so this is quite embarrassing. No need to insist. Kala, I think, is the one who asked Emmerich out on this date, but Emmerich is like not impressed at all. Not impressed with the seamstress. It is a fail. Okay, it is a fail. But this does give now Olive a chance. So I think Emmerich is maybe more interested. So Kala asked him out on a date. He was not impressed, but I think Emmerich is more interested in asking Olive out on a date. So he is going to try and pursue Olive, and we'll see how things go with her. Now, if he wasn't heartbroken and divorced, the affinity might be a little bit better because they do share a dislike in the art of war. But okay, let's send these guys out and see what happens between the two of them. So we're starting off with a boat ride. We could criticize those barbarians who see dueling as a pleasant hobby, or criticize Lakeburg's countryside. We're going to criticize the countryside. Living in this hellhole is such a bore. Olive also hates being woken every morning by the rooster, the hens, and the flies. Now we're going to go to the hill by moonlight. We could talk about the importance of big cuddles in a loving relationship, or seek a dancing partner for Lakeburg's next ball. We're going to seek a dancing partner. Really, Olive and her two left feet blatantly prefers avoiding this invitation. And then, oh, okay, well, things are going so well, they're discussing marriage straight away. I think it is going to be a loveless marriage, potentially. She looks so bored, doesn't she? She kind of does. Yeah, it's going to be a loveless marriage. The affinity is awful right now. But Emmerich, I think, is much happier that he's ended up with this very young and actually very beautiful, or very cool looking, Olive Knapp. So they're going to get married. He doesn't have to worry about being out on the streets or anything like that. So good for him. And I think we only have, Carla, who's a singleton, but it's okay. She can focus on raising Bruce for now. And I think we've had some age ups. So hold on a second. I think we've had some age ups. Where are they? Randall looks so cool, actually. Randall looks so unique. Randall's become 6 years old. And he needs a mentor. Look at this little brave boy. Isn't he cute? He's actually so cute. So let's see. Healer, god, a painter. Oh my goodness. Randall, you have lofty aspirations. I can't help you. Like, in any way. I honestly can't. Okay, well, his parents are farmers, but he has high hopes for himself. And we can't help him just yet. But he might end up like Sapphire. She actually had lofty aspirations until she was 14. And then with 4 years to go, she realized maybe I'll apprentice as a seamstress. Who knows? Randall might go through like a similar thing. Until that point, we'll try our best to let her have a relaxed sort of life. Like, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, we can recruit now, which is great. So let's go ahead and actually do some recruitment. Okay, let's take a look. So we have Jahan Okot, who's 23 years old. Peasant class. He can be nothing that we need. An innkeeper, priest, or taster. I'm sorry, Jahan, we don't have anything that you don't have anything we need. And then we have Laureline, who's 18 years old. Laureline Alton. She could be a thief, a builder, or a lumberjack. This is also not helpful particularly because we don't have the, what is the place for the builders? We can't have builders, we can't have thieves. We can have a lumberjack, but we don't need a lumberjack right now. We don't need a lumberjack. Ay. Okay, yeah, if we have a building site, a builder might be useful, but we don't have a building site. So a builder is not going to be useful right now, to be honest. Is not. So I don't know. Should we get Jahan? Maybe. He's going to be unemployed, but maybe he can just, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Or, since neither of them can help us with anything anyways, maybe we just get Laureline. And then she can be like a backup lumberjack in case any of our lumberjacks die. Because our lumberjacks, well, they're not that up there in age. But we know Beatrice is getting up there in age. So I don't know. I don't know. Should we get a backup lumberjack, potentially? That makes a little bit more sense to me to have a backup lumberjack than to have Jahan and hope that he is going to somehow change what he wants to do. So I think we'll go with Laureline. Just makes more practical sense to me. So Laureline Alton, welcome. Hopefully her husband is something that we want. Okay, you can't help us in any way. You literally cannot help us in any way. But that's okay. She's quite young. She's quite nice. Can we build you a house? We can. Okay, we'll get you settled in really quickly. Okay, Laureline, and now we need to find you a match, my love. So, Laureline, let's see who you find. An average match in Christian? Yes, 26 years old. He is brave, indecisive, and mean. Okay, they share likes with, fashion, and the dislike of public executions, but they have a bit to contend over, which is painting. Blacksmith! He can be a blacksmith! Okay, noble class as well. Oh, that blacksmith. We need a blacksmith, actually. We need a blacksmith because we're not making any tools, I think, at this point. Okay, let's send you guys out and flip and hope that she manages to make this work. Okay, they're at the hill by moonlight. We could denigrate Lakeburg's baker and his cloying treats, or we can basically say that the display of food at the banquet was terrible, which is what we're gonna do. But Christian doesn't dare ask Laureline if she is as keen about second breakfasts or afternoon tea as he is. Yikes, not a good start. They're at the inn now. We could try and abolish the death penalty or worry about books corrupting the young. We're gonna worry about books. Christian doesn't see the problem. He loves to unroll a scroll from time to time. And then finally, we have the boat ride at the lake. We can say no cuddles before the third date or talk about favorite songs. We're gonna talk about favorite songs. Christian isn't too fussed about music. What's important is when there are bards, there is usually beer. That's a failure. She screwed that up. Oh, honey, we could have gotten a blacksmith. We could have gotten a blacksmith. Okay, and then we have Nicholas, who has a bad affinity with her. Okay, they both... yeah, he likes kittens, fishing, and painting, and he doesn't like dancing, poetry, and treats. Okay. But he's a crafty sort of guy, 20 years old, of the peasant class. He's ascetic, proud, resilient, and nimble. I mean, at least he has good traits and a good personality, so he's a good guy. Okay, he could be a baker. Out of the stuff that we kind of have, he could be a baker. Maybe a backup baker? Potentially. I mean, okay, this is going to be an unemployed household right now, I'm telling you. We don't have a gambling den, so he can't be a croupier. And he can't be a butcher either, but baker maybe. A backup baker. Okay, let's see, Laureline. How's this gonna go? We're gonna start off at the inn. We can ask if the cards provided Nicholas insight into their future, or seek a dancing partner for Lakeburg's next ball, which is what we're gonna do. Really, Nicholas and his two left feet blatantly prefers avoiding this invitation. And then at the hill by moonlight, we can talk about the kittens, or the importance of cuddles. We'll go with the cuddles. Nicholas's embarrassment regarding this topic makes Laureline feel more embarrassed. And then finally, we're having a boat ride. We could talk about painting, Laureline's new passion, or recite a poem. We're gonna recite a poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. I live in a small shed and I really love you. Considering Nicholas's disdainful face, Laureline will probably stay alone in that shed of hers. Okay, so 2 dates. She's screwed up. Has not gone well. 2 dates have not gone well. Let's see who else we get. And then we have Helios, who's 19 years old, a peasant class. He is a strong sort of guy. He's ill-mannered, social, and depressive. Okay, he likes muscles, public executions, and feasting. He dislikes dancing, the countryside, and flowers. Oh, rat trainer! Oh, king. But no, we're not looking for a king. We're looking for a queen, if anything. But rat trainer, because we just opened up a second slot for the rat trainer. So he would actually be useful. Okay, please make this date work. Please. Okay, they're at the hill by moonlight. We could abolish the death penalty or talk about muscles, like be really nice about it. We're gonna go for the muscles. Ooh, as a big man with big muscles, I think we have this in the bag, guys. Helios is proud of their ability to lift, hit, and break almost anything with their bare hands. And then we are gonna go to the lake for a boat ride. We could propose the idea of picking flowers or criticize dancing, which is what we're gonna do. What a relief. Helios would also prefer sitting in a corner during these never-ending balls. Okay, and then we're at the inn. We could talk about how nice the countryside is or talk about the sufferings of war. We're going to talk about the sufferings of war. Slaughtered populations, ravaged villages, nothing good grows from war. Okay, that was actually really, really good. Like, all the dates ended up on a good note. Look at that. These two have average affinity, but they are in love. They are in love, guys. Wow. Laureline and Helios. Okay, like hell yes. Okay, hold on a second. I am gonna change your last name. Blackwood. Do we have a Blackwood? We might, but who cares? Helios Blackwood. We don't have any, like, Blackwood family, you know? We don't have a Blackwood family. Okay, so that is fine. Helios and Laureline. Wonderful, wonderful. Hopefully they have a good time together. But yeah, he is our second rat trainer. So come down to the rodent nest. You are going to be co-workers with Oliver. So you and Oliver are going to be rat trainers. Oh, that's going to help out with our health. Thank goodness. Now we're not going to get cholera. If anything, we might get a cold. Okay, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. I feel like we're actually moving and grooving and getting stuff done. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.